Okay, happy Friday morning. We have
Nathan
Buchan, Kiwi kid, another Kiwi right here, right?
Phil Wilson. Woo.
Phil Wilson. All right, we just got done with the early morning surf, obviously, as you can tell, with the surfboards in hand, with the bikes, and we're on our Friday morning commute back. I wanted to shoot this video, and I'm going to pre-warn you guys. This could be a 2-minute video, it could be a 5-minute video, it could be 10, 15 minutes, and if we really want to bore you, it could be 20 minutes. But the reason I said to these young Kiwi lads, I said I want to shoot this video because I think it's really cool and important for people, you know, that are looking to do something online, something different, something out of their job, or you know, just the way that most people are positioned mentally, and like, I got to do a job, but hey, I like to travel the world, etc. And I'm going to ask you some questions, do a little interview, let's say. And you know,
Should I be nervous?
You should be. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I framed that. Now you guys are thinking like, I should have probably not have done this. Now you guys are thinking that.
Bad idea. Yeah.
Bad idea. All right, look out. Here we go. Friday morning commute, taxis. All right. So we got Nathan, right?
And the man behind the camera, Swan. Let's not forget the man behind the camera.
Hi there. I would say I'm the 40-year-old like old dude with these young lads. I got to keep up with you.
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi. And we have
Yoda.
Daniel's son and Phil's son. Phil Wilson, actually. All right, so I'm going to turn to you first, Nathan, because this is pretty cool. Because a lot of people are like going, I want to do something online. I want to go travel, or I want to go do something, or I freaking hate my job, and I want to do something different. Nathan, how did you find me in this online world? Do you remember the specific video?
Yeah, no, it was a video.
Kind of like a video like what we're doing right now, but a little
Kind
bit.
of like what we're doing now, yeah. Except
right.
You were standing in Puerto Escondido in Mexico.
Mexico,
Yeah,
that's...
yeah, and I remember you were talking about something like just about how you thinking about what you wanted to do, like when you're, you know, lying on your deathbed. If you look back on your life, did you live a good life and things like that?
Hey there, guys. Buenos dias.
What's up with the tribe? How's the tribe doing?
Good, very good, man. All right.
And So, you're in Porto, and you're talking about, you know, when you're lying on your deathbed, if you look back on your life, you know, what would you think of it, and how did you spend your life? Did you do what you wanted and all that? And you talked about how your dad took you traveling or something when you were young. Am I right?
Yeah,
It's been a while since I watched a video, you know, but I remembered it. It kind of hit home with me because I'd always loved traveling, but I never really got the chance with work. And then you said you were traveling around the world full time and things like that. And with the pumping surf in the background, because you
right.
had Puerto Escondido
Well,
as the backdrop, I was just like, is this, you know, I was like, is this really happening? And then I started looking at all your other videos and like thought, and started to see like, wow, you really are traveling the world full time, you know. And so,
and at the time, I think it was like we were 2 years or so into our travels.
Yeah.
What were you, when you said you have a full-time job, what were you doing, man?
Plumbing.
Plumbing, so he was unclogging toilets.
I'm blocking drains.
He's the guy that you have to call when you're at one of these hotels, and he comes up now. So that's cool. But like, so when you found, you're like, were you searching? What were you searching, or where was it? Was it on Facebook, YouTube? Do you remember?
No, that was on YouTube. Yeah.
Cool.
So and I was just looking because I was into personal development. I know, like.
So were you
might be
looking
weird for like a 21-year-old to be into personal development? But
I didn't even know what personal development was until I was like 30 years old, which is 10 years ago.
Well, I watched it, Secret, the movie The Secret that came out.
Yeah.
And from there I just sort of dug into more and more leaders and more things like that. And so like I like Bob Proctor and Tony Robbins and all of that jazz. And then so I started, like, I listened to the audios and looked for different things. It started to make me view life in a different way. So there I was plumbing for a long time, and I was like happy with my job and stuff, just ticking over, would party on the weekends, just like your average like 18, 20-year-old kind of guy would do. And then after a while of listening to this stuff, I got like really itchy feet. Like I was like, am I going to be doing this for the rest of my life? Like it was unsatisfying, and like, am I ever going to travel? Am I going to really do what I want? Like it just started changing the way I was thinking. And these guys, they talk every day, and they're like, you can live any way you want, like if you really put your mind to it.
Right.
And so that's when I started like searching more and more on the internet.
So you stumbled upon stumbled upon me, then what, were you just like following or?
Yeah. Well, I just got real kind of excited at the fact that I found someone that had figured out how to travel full time.
And I
like,
think
you've done it with your family. Like,
and you got, I think I actually, you bought a personal development course of ours.
I did. You had like a personal development package, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm right into it. If this is the stuff, you know, that you guys are listening to, I'm all for it. Like, you know, send it my way. Give it like, and so I actually started listening to all that at work. So I put them on my phone, and I would listen to audios at work every single day, and just getting really involved and kind of just thinking, all right, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to travel the world full time. Like, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to live my dreams. Like, you know, I didn't know what I was going to do or anything. All I knew is that I loved to travel, and I just wanted to live like a relaxing life. That, like, I was free in mind, because I was always so stressed out at work. I was always so full on, and yeah, and that's what really got me kind of into it.
Very cool. And I think that I actually, way back like 4 years ago, before you bought that product, I actually called you up, because I used to call people. I haven't done that for over a couple of years, thank God. So
that was a funny thing. That was actually a funny thing, right? Because you had this you had this form that kind of asked the question.
Buenas.
Everyone's on their morning commute.
Yes, it's traffic here.
Yeah.
It's getting busy.
Yeah. and you actually had all these questions to fill out, like what would your perfect day look like and things like that.
Right.
If you could live your ideal perfect day. I pretty much wrote it down in
Did
detail.
you do that exercise of mine?
Of course.
Very cool.
I'm living it now. You can
Make
tell
sure
it worked.
On the video at the bottom, I'm gonna put the link for that exercise.
You've got to check out Create Your Perfect Day. It's life-changing stuff.
Changed
It
my
really
life.
is.
Yeah, no, it did.
Really is.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then you called me. I was in a job driving to work in the middle of Rotorua, for those of you that are in New Zealand. Like,
I know
in
Rotorua.
the middle of a farm. Like, I was in the middle of nowhere, really. I was actually in the middle of the North Island. And
smells like sulfur there, because it's got the hot springs. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, you're right. And so I pulled over on the side of the road. I was like, you know, who's this? And you're like, it's Brian Swan. I'm like, what? And I could hear these monkeys in the background.
And it was actually, I was in the jungle, right?
Yeah, you were like
very
right
close
up there.
to here.
You're right up there. And I was like, where are you? I was just like, no way, like, I can have monkeys in the background. And you're just like, yeah, I'm sitting in my hammock. Mate, those are some monkeys that go wild in the morning here. And I'm like, what? I want to hear monkeys. Like, to be honest, I was just jealous. I was like, what? But I couldn't believe the fact that, like, dude, you're like, you called me from Panama. You're the guy. I was like, dude, you're living my dream. I'm like, you're doing exactly what I want to be doing. Like, sitting there surfing every day, just typing. Like, I remember you uploading videos of what the surf was like where we just went out, and then you're just up the road from where we are now, and I remember hearing the monkeys, and you're just being like, yeah, the monkeys come out in the mornings and they're a bit rowdy. And that just totally kind of like, I was like, this guy is real. Like,
so that was so let me hit that. So you connected with me. First of all, you're in personal development. You probably connected with us on that video. You're a surfer, and then I actually called you. Bought one of our products, right?
Yeah.
And you realize that, okay, there's actually somebody else out there doing that. Because when my wife, just FYI, when my wife got started online 10 years ago, I thought she was absolutely nuts crazy. But it wasn't until she actually showed me, when she started making money, I was like, holy cow, you can actually do this. Because when somebody else can do it, you're like...
That's right. Just the fact that you've done it, I was like, there's a way. You know what I mean? Because personal development that I listened to was like, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. But it's like, I didn't know how.
Right.
So the fact that you showed me, is like, there is a way. Like, at least there's a way that I can do it. I was like,
Very cool.
So you're proof, you know?
Right. And
that's
then
what got me excited.
And so what would you say, in one of the things that I showed, is like what we showed, it's like building a brand, getting giving content, right?
Yeah.
Being able to have a following. There's so many, there's 100,000 different ways how to work online, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. See, I struggled for so long to find a way, and now I realize that there's more ways than you could ever imagine. As long as you if you take responsibility on like who you are, and you kind of like grasp the person that you want to be, and you embrace it. So like you always taught me, number one, you've got to build a brand around yourself or around what you want, around the things you like, around your dreams. Like you build on that, and you brand yourself.
Something you're passionate about, because if you're not passionate about, you're not gonna.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. And so to really put, you know, an identity on who I was like, well, I just had to embrace the fact that I loved travel and I wanted to do it. And so I had to put myself out there and be like, all right, you know, start. And I just started to do things like.
Well, let me. I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you really quick.
Yeah,
Is this is cool when we're talking about having, you know, following your passion, putting a brand around yourself, and having people connect with you, like-minded people. Here's a dude, right? So this guy connected with me about 4 years ago. He actually did, and I'm gonna go back to you, Nathan, in a little bit, because you actually didn't do anything. You were just like working on your mindset, which actually put you into the moment to where when you were ready to pull a trigger on really taking action, you were at least mentally prepared. Okay, so I'm going to go back. So this guy, you know, now he's all famous on the online world, lifestylepreneur. You'll see him, but it was a very short time ago that he actually went to one of our masterminds in January of last year, so roughly 13, 14 months ago. This guy, you actually found another Kiwi dude working in the mines in Western Australia. You found Nathan online. Do you remember how you found him online?
Yeah. There's actually some of my friends liked his post.
Okay.
About his story and about his journey.
What is this story? Just give me I want to have you paint a picture of like what it was to where it captivated you enough to like, I'm gonna follow this Julio I don't know. What was it?
Well, in his story, right? So like where I currently was in life, like dude, I tried so many jobs, like I was just trying to find something I'd like happily wake up to every morning and like be stoked to go to work. And like I worked in the mines, I worked as a carpenter, I had like 6 different carpentry jobs, just like every job, like I wasn't happy at all, dude.
Right.
And I did a bit of traveling and like exhausted all my money and like, I don't know, it just really sucked. Like I was in a like bad way of mind. Like I hated where I was in life, man.
So when you connected with them,
Yeah.
on you were sick of your job. It wasn't personal development, or you didn't even know about personal development.
I didn't know anything about that. I thought.
All right, so okay, so it's not the same. So you were just fed up with your stuff, and you connected with them because, kind of like, what is it, plumbing and in the mines? It's like trades, like tradesmanship.
It's talking about being under a house and like how much you hated it and his boss being a dick, and I mean like I fully related to that, like 100%. And then
so you got to be able to relate to people. Okay, now and being under a house. I remember your story. Being under a house, it was cold. I was like, I remember reading it going, man, oh, that sucked. I actually had a good job. I was a robotics engineer and like going to nice places. My job didn't suck.
Lucky for some, eh?
Good thing I have a good wife that retired me. But hey, so here's a little kudos to my wife, Rhonda. All right, so you related to Nathan, and what was it like? When did you actually pull a trigger and saying, I'm gonna work with this guy?
Well, yeah, like I hesitated for a long time and I had to keep going back to work. And to me, like it was like something that not many people were doing. Like he was like proof that it was working.
Did you know of anybody else online, or anybody of your friends that did something?
No, not one single person.
So you were stepping out of the box because
like,
you didn't know him from Adam's apple.
Like honestly, like I was that run down, needed change that I just thought I was just gonna do it. Like I had.
But before you connected with Nathan online, were you even thinking of anything about being like I'm gonna work online?
Not at all, man. Not at all. Like.
Okay.
I was thinking about like changing professions again. Like I was just looking for like another job, like another way to just like like I don't know. But then this ad popped up and I'm just like, this dude's been traveling. It's like I think I saw a video of him actually here on like on a balcony of like a place drinking a beer, watching like boats go past, and I was just like,
he was probably with me.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, like I'd rather be where you are right now. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this: did he slam any like business or something down your face, or what was?
Yeah, nah, he didn't. He just said, "Hey, what's up?" And then we didn't really talk too much. He was just like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" Like, "Oh, nice, sweet." He didn't really say anything.
All right.
But, yeah.
So when you wanted to pull a trigger to say, "I'm going to be mentored by this guy, I'm going to do it," how did you actually pull the trigger? What was it? or do you remember where you were?
Well, I'd been stalking him for like a month, like, and like I was still working at the time. So I mean, every day I'd wake up, be pissed off, and then I'd see him post up something awesome, dude. Like he'd be surfing or like drinking beers on a boat. I'm just like what? Like I want to live that lifestyle. And yeah, after a month, like I hurt myself at work, and they just didn't give me any compensation.
So
yeah, they pretty much just told me to go like harden up or like piss off, just the number of that job. So I quit, and then I was just like, man, I got to do something else. And then he posted up something. I think it was that video of drinking a beer at a balcony, watching the boats, and I was just like screw it, I'm just gonna give it a go. Like I was thinking about it the whole month, and if I didn't do it, you know, I would have regretted it later, not like giving it a go. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ride up here. Slow down, Nathan, because I don't want to get it all windy. But when you got, so it took a while. You were working on the personal development, and you started tiptoeing. I remember you were kind of like tiptoeing your.
Yeah. It plays on your mind for so long. Like when you see someone doing something that you want to be doing, it like plays on your mind. And that's exactly what happened to Phil. You can tell. It like played on his mind when he's at work, and you just see it again and again. And you slowly start to believe, like, wow, this guy's actually doing it, and you're like. Maybe I can do it. And then yeah, I started tiptoeing. I mean, I tried like I started looking for different things, like different money-making things and gigs, just to try and see if I could do something. I spent like a good couple of $100 on random things. But
you spent a couple $100?
Yeah. Maybe more. I didn't tell anyone.
But then, so here's the thing. I think I put it to you to where I mentioned, because you were, to me, I like to call it stepping your toe in the water. You weren't playing full out. You had, like, for surfing terms, like you can't surf if you only got 1 foot in the water and 1 on the land. You gotta, it's all in or nothing. Yeah. And I think I put it to you. I was just bold and said, hey, dude, I actually put it to him to where, like, if you really want to step this up and be mentored, you know, by us and some other people to really take it to the next level, if you really want to go, because here's what happened. This is kind of a cool story. We're gonna go by Zumba too. Nathan put this post, and he said he's gonna go travel through Central America and go surfing, and he was gonna do it in like April. And this is about a year and a half ago, or not even a year and a half ago. Here's Zumba going on right now. All right. Yeah, it's going. But I put it to him. I'm like, dude, it's time for you to play full on out. And to play full on out, actually, you had to invest, you know, to get yourself up and going the right way. And it was a pretty penny. It wasn't a couple $100. It was actually.
It was more like 6.5 grand.
That's New Zealand. Anyway.
It was New Zealand dollars.
But and we have our masterminds. We actually have these unstoppable masterminds, and we were having one. I was living in the Canary Islands, and which is in Spain. And we were going back to Miami, and I said, dude, if you're going to play full out and really take this thing seriously, not treat it like a hobby, because a lot of people try to treat it like a hobby, and they go, I get no results, and they quit. And if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get hobby results. I go, if you treat this like a business, you know, then you can get some real results. And I said, you better show up. I go, if you're going to be making Central America anyway, show up in Miami. I go, it'll change your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you were scared as shitless, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know. I was so. Well, you sent the message, and you're like, dude, I've got an offer you can't refuse. And I didn't know what the offer was really, but you're like, yeah, don't come in May. If you come there, you can come down to Bocas with us. And I'm like, that would be a dream. That would be a dream come true. Like, yeah, that'd be awesome. But then as soon as you said, you know, you've got to get to Miami, like, make it happen, dude. Like, it will change your life. I sat there at my computer, and I was like, because I just had no way I could do it. Like, I mean,
there's no possible way.
Nah, I was plumbing. I didn't have any money. Like, I had a couple of $1,000, but I was renovating a house. So, like, I couldn't afford to do it and things like that. And I was thinking, like, there's no way. I read it off. I was like, nah. But, like I said, it just played on my mind instantly. The moment that you said it and you put it out there, and I was like, man, to be surfing with you would just be, like, so cool.
And I don't put this out to anybody, but there was something that, just by having a connection, I knew there was something different. I'm like, hey, it's like, if you can freaking do this, you know, Come down. We're already in Central.
It just didn't make sense for me to be able to get there, man. Like, you asked me in like November, December or something, or like a couple of months before.
Right.
And I'm like, how? Like, I've never been in America before. I've never been over that far away. And I didn't have any money to spend on that, because when you converted it to New Zealand dollars, it was like a lot.
Yeah.
And so it played on my mind, and I did. I pulled a couple of strings.
I had to readjust my surfboard right there. So anyway,
No,
keep going.
I pulled a couple of strings, as in I sold things around the house that I was meant to be spending on renovations that I was doing. So
right.
I brought a whole bunch of sleepers for the garden that I sold. I sold it on surfboard. We'll go down here.
So in order to make this happen, you had to freaking really get creative. Because here's one thing: a lot of people always put like money, right? They always put that, use that as an excuse. And it's a lame excuse. If you always ever want something bad enough, you'll always figure out a way to make it happen, right?
You know what? You said that on like a video that I was watching, and just like I said, it played on my mind. You said that on another video, and you always find a way. I'm like, how can I?
If you want it bad enough.
How can I don't know. It really didn't make sense. Like I shouldn't have been able to make that happen, but I did when I sold enough stuff. Like actually, I think I had a bike that I sold, 2 surfboards, but a whole bunch of sleepers.
Right.
I was just looking for stuff around the house, kind of like
sure.
anything and everything, and then I was saving everything I could for work. Like I made it happen, dude, to get there. Like,
right? No, because you want to get.
Like,
that's another thing. So personal development. We talk about personal development. Having the right mentor is a huge thing, and the fact that.
But then what happened is like, the day I actually like purchased, everything, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I brought my ticket, and I brought a whole bunch of products to learn like marketing. And
you
things
gotta have the tools.
That's right, and I brought that, and I was totally set up.
Do you know that my
the
wife's?
moment I pushed enter, dude, I was just like, what have I done?
Do you know how much my wife spent? She spent $25,000 10 years ago. But it was like you have to. but she made.
Yeah. But to me, dude, I mean, I was just like, I finally managed to get it, and I just spent it all at once. I was like, I just crapped myself. Because I just like crapped.
So you had that oh shit moment after you did it, like.
Totally. I was like, what have I done? Like I can't.
You had the same thing?
Same thing, dude.
What did I do?
Same thing.
Oh man, I was like, what have I done? But it's like it was like I've gone too deep.
Yeah.
So you were talking about dipping your toe in the water, and it's like all of a sudden I just jumped off the cliff. Well, and I was like, if I don't land on my feet somewhere, like I'm gonna drown. Like it was like an all or nothing to me, like for me then. It really was. At that point, I was like all or nothing. Yeah.
Got it. It's kind of like the Matrix, taking the red pill or the blue pill.
Yeah, it is exactly like
right?
the Matrix.
Have you ever seen that? Yeah. It's like that. So, and you know what?
For so long, I was like, I just want to make it work. Like, do a little bit, get some kind of results to see it work first. And for so long, you're like, no, you can't just dip your toe in the water. Because you look at everyone else that are having results. The ones that are the ones that really give it everything from the beginning. Right. They're not the ones that kind of try a little bit here and there. And I've been trying a little bit here and there with everything, and nothing worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, it's time. I'm going for it, and pulled a lot of strings, went for it, and then crapped myself. Nice. Thinking, what have I done?
No, but you had to invest in yourself with the right tools. I mean, for instance, we've been in this industry for 10 years. My wife's, we've made 7 figures in this industry, and we hold masterminds to teach people on how to effectively, to freaking run any type of business, having your own products, etc., online, and showing people how to market. And my wife, just a couple weeks ago, she spent $4,000 for a two-day package. She spent another couple grand on a coaching thing, and I'm not even going to tell you how much she's spending for a 6-month. It's because it's really expensive. But here's the thing: is like you got to surround yourself with the right people, the right mentorship, and if you want to take it to the next level, it's like it's not.
You know what though? Making that decision was the best decision I've ever made, because if I had gone half in, I would not be here.
Right.
I know for a fact, because I wouldn't have had that kind of fear behind me. Because to me, I was like kind of scared. I was nervous because I was like, I didn't
Because
No,
I mean,
but
well,
the
you're a
work I
plumber.
spent so much-
I mean,
it's kind of giving me shivers now because I'm like, I remember it. That like I was scared that I couldn't. That I like. I'm going to America.
What did your
all my
family
money-
and friends think?
I didn't tell them.
Well, you had to tell them you're going to America.
Yeah, but I didn't really tell them, dude. I just said like I'm going to America. Like, I didn't really say anything. I just disappeared. I didn't want it to.
Why didn't you want to tell them?
Well, because I was kind of insecure. I didn't know whether I could make it work. I was like, I just spent all this money. I didn't tell Dad or anything that I spent this money. I was like, but I told him like I'm getting a one-way ticket to America.
I'm gonna get a one-way
I'm
ticket.
getting a one-way ticket. What? What are you gonna do? It's like, oh, I'm just like I'm making some money online, even though wasn't really at the time. I think I made a couple of.
I didn't even know that, dude.
I didn't really tell them. I just like I've got to go. Like I'm just going to America. I'm gonna go down to Panama. Like I was just like, yeah, I'm just going for a bit of a surf trip. And a bit of a surf trip. Yeah. So I just really.
Very cool, dude. I'm liking that. Did you tell? How did you tell family or friends that you were because you came to an event? So your first event was in Las Vegas at the end of January. So essentially 6 weeks ago. So what did you tell everybody?
Yeah, I didn't really tell them either. I just told them I was going to America for a holiday.
Dude, I didn't even know. This is awesome. I'm glad we're doing this video. So
because you did it, like I don't know, because like for me, I knew if I told everyone, like, I was kind of scared. Like I didn't know if it would, like if I could do this myself. So then to have other people be like, "What are you doing? You're stupid." I didn't want that. I didn't want to have anyone else's bad energy on me. I was like, nah, I've just got to like listen to all this. I've got to keep going, like get my head in like the game, and just really go for it. And so that's what I did. Like,
right.
Yeah, I did.
And the stuff that we do is we don't do a shotgun approach. It's very calculated on how we do things, and we just said focus on that. And what have you done?
Oh, that's exactly what I did. I just focused on the one thing. Dude. All I did was like pretty much like just what you told me to do.
Right.
I just done exactly. But yeah.
And Phil, what'd you do?
I did what he told me.
It sounds so stupid, but like it's just true though. Like well that's the thing, right? And this would have like Phil, you can speak for yourself, but I mean once I jumped off the cliff, I was so far in with that fear behind me. Like I said, I was like, all right, I have to make this work. I've got to do this. And so I just head down and worked. I just gave it everything. I just went.
Did it make sense, everything you were doing, or I don't?
Not at the start.
No.
No, I had no idea what I was doing. Are you kidding me?
I don't know for like 2 months.
Dude, I didn't know anything. It took me like I went from the day I first like kind of got started.
Look out! We got a big turkey.
Dude, that's huge.
One. All right. Whoa. Oh, and guys, we're just gonna keep on rambling. If you're watching this long, then keep on watching. Here's our one bank, and there's one ATM. So when the money runs out on our little island, it's out. All right, we're gonna take you down the main street. So we're gonna wrap this up within 10 minutes because we're gonna be home.
Yeah.
But I want to hit a few more points because it is a very cool. You guys both had no experience. You realize because this may cut off. I want to start kind of summarizing.
Yeah.
You realize there is a different possibility, and the way with the internet, man, from when we got started, it's a whole different ball game now. This is kind of like a normal thing now.
Yeah.
That people are able to work online in such a variety of ways of selling their own products, being an affiliate, doing, just a million different things, right?
Yeah.
And so you found the right mentor,
Yeah.
right? And then look at this guy. And then you start look at this, you started building your own little tribe. We call it tribe.
Yeah.
And the fact that if you look at anyone, out there, look at Steve Jobs, right, with Apple.
Yeah.
Do they have a tribe?
Oh yeah, like the biggest tribe in the world. They
Right.
got a solid tribe.
Think about Timothy Ferriss. That was, I think, another one,
Yeah,
4-hour work week. That's actually what catapulted us to make a decision of going traveling the world, was that mini retirement. I connected with that. Does he have a tribe?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We are the unstoppable family. We have our own tribe, right?
Yeah.
And now this is the cool thing. I got to really commend you, Nathan, on this, is because we had we had our mastermind, which we hold every 3 to 4 months. We're actually having one in Nashville in 7 weeks. It's the end of April.
Yeah.
So we're all going to be going up to that. We've had ours sold out last 2 or 3. I'm getting honked at. So we're going downtown Bocas here right now. But I lost my whole train of conversation. We're building this is the cool thing. So we had one in Vegas just 6 weeks ago or whatever. And what was cool, Nathan, just a year before that event, Nathan was straight off the plane, kind of like his tail tucked between his, like, hi guys, I'm Nathan. Fucking, I don't know, it wasn't that bad. But I think it kind of was, but you didn't know, you didn't know shit from Shinola. You were green as green could get. And now, a year later, you're actually having your own tribe. You're a leader, a speaker, a trainer in just a 6-month time. You've generated in commissions over 6 figures in this industry. And what was cool, we had like this limo going downtown in Vegas, and they had all these raw freaking Kiwis and Aussies like just going crazy. And to me, the most rewarding thing, I'm sitting there, I'm the 40-year-old dude, but I can still hang. And I'm looking at this, and you guys are just going rowdy in this limo.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, man, dude, this all started with me, and then it came to you. And now you're creating this whole tribe. And now it's like we got all these like vagabonds traveling around, just living life. And you know, there's different ways to do it. And you got your own techniques. There's so many different ways.
It's just changing the belief, and obviously like having people that have done it kind of show you the ropes. So, like, there's so many ways that you've got to focus on one thing and something that works. And we've got it down to such a T. We got it so down now, you know, we got everything so tight because we're doing it full time that it's just like, I don't know, it's easy to show new people like Phil, like, you know exactly what I do. It's like, look man, there's just so much room for everyone on the internet.
And a lot of the things, pretty much most things you're doing, is kind of like what we're doing right now, showing just our life, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Document, you're going to document your life anyway, but showing other people like, okay, I'm documenting it, I'm doing some cool stuff, I'm adding value. Because I have we may be rambling, but a lot of people are like sitting there like, oh man, dude, that makes sense. I
think, see, I find it funny, like when people, the thing is if someone's going to go on holiday, they're going to post all their pictures on Facebook, they're going to write little blogs about them and this and that, and they're going to do things anyway. They're going to want to share their stories with their friends, they're going to want to share it with the world. And you're like, well, you're going to do that anyway, why don't you make money doing it? And I'm like,
right.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Like, what if that could be my work? And, you know, there's so many people making money on social media with Facebook, Instagram, all these things, blogging and traveling around the world. It's possible, and it's not that hard if you know exactly what you want to do. But sure, in the beginning, is it going to be you? Are you going to have to work hard?
Absolutely.
I worked my tail off in the beginning to figure everything out, to try to learn, you know, what conversions are, like learn everything, sales funnels and capture pages and all this jazz.
What's up, Victor? And this is Casa Verde, home of the Taco Tuesday. So if you've been seeing us on Taco Tuesday, it's right there. Awesome place. We're just about home here now.
We're just about done.
Is there anything, Nathan or Phil, that you want to throw out here, man? I think we've touched a lot of bases. We've wrapped it up and stuff, but can you give some advice or something, especially for a guy that you just got started, you know, in this crazy online world just 6 months ago? You jumped off the deep end. You haven't told your family or friends that you're doing something online or going to these crazy masterminds or, you know, this crazy family. Is there any piece of advice that you'd love to give some people?
Yeah, if you really want to do something, dude, just go for it. Don't
Just
dip
go
your
for
toes
it.
in. That's what I did, man. Honestly, like, I was at the point where I was just like, if I don't try, you know, I'm going to regret it forever. So.
Very cool.
I think that's the thing, for everyone, it's like the belief.
Yeah.
That was the one thing, because like, think about it, there's no way that I should have been able to get to Miami, like it just didn't make sense. And then you like found a way, magically found a way.
Right.
Like if you want it bad enough, you'll get here. And I got here. And
Right.
It changed my life
Right.
completely.
Yeah.
Like I live now a way that people just don't even think is possible, and I can understand that because I never thought it would be possible.
Yeah.
Only a year ago.
Yeah. No,
So-
it's cool. And you know what, when I was as an engineer, and I'm sure you guys can obviously relate to this, I'm sure you didn't get like pats on the back or encouragement. Like, to where now it's what the cool thing is, like, we're in this online world. We have, connections with people everywhere around the world. And then you get together, you get to see them live one-on-one, but like I get messages like every couple, week or every other week, just saying, hey man, you gave you gave me the inspiration. I've been watching you for years, and now I'm going off and doing it on my own.
Absolutely.
And I don't even know who these people are.
Yeah.
And they're sending me these messages like,
I get them too now. Like.
yeah, and it's cool. And one of the things that we like to do, just to wrap it up, and I got to give a big shout out to Give and Surf here. They just they're a charity fundraiser that actually works with the local indigenous kids here, and they just got their 7K goal of their back to school program, and it's actually, I think they're able to serve 30 children, and here we have boats, so they need enough gasoline money, and then the teachers, and so they had fundraisers, and everybody gets behind them, and it's not just a fundraiser, but it's like you actually get to work directly with them, and I got to hand that to them. And one of the things that's meant a ton to me and my wife is when we started traveling 6.5 years ago, I never actually donated or donate my time, right? And this is one of the things by traveling and doing this, you actually opens your mind to like appreciate and giving back to where you go. And it was actually, like the Tom shoes. If you guys know the Tom shoes, almost everybody will know that. That book, when I read that, it was like, wow, you can do things and make a bigger difference. Because a lot of people, like if you're working online, it's like, all right, I'm doing this for myself, but what am I doing for? What am I doing for to make the world a better place? Like when you want to be left. So I just got to add that. Congrats to Give and Surf for hitting that goal just the other day.
Giving back's huge, man. That's huge.
Very cool.
It's cool when you can make a difference, and when you really appreciate, like I said, how other people live and everything, you can give back. It's cool, man.
Yeah.
But
So
with the online world though, like sky's the limit.
very cool, man.
Sky's the limit.
Well, I think that's about it, man. So after 37 minutes, 18 seconds. If you're wondering, if you want to connect with Nathan, Phil, connect with these guys, going to connect with me. If you have some questions, we have live hangouts. We do, we connect with our people, and it's like we want to, whatever it may be, we want to show you, like, I can just go and do it, man.
Do it. Yeah.
Just do it.
Absolutely.
And freaking do what you love. We had one last thing was cool. Nathan and I did like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, we're not professional surfers, but this is like our passion, and now we're actually able to do that.
Every day.
It's freaking cool, man.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, over and out.
Alrighty, guys.
Go out and be unstoppable. All right.